The story of Adam and Eve, while widely known and often simplified, resonates through the ages as a universal tale. A story that is both mystical and profoundly human, told in the Holy Bible, featuring the Garden of Eden, the serpent, and the famous forbidden fruit. But what about the hidden aspects of this story? What if behind this millennia-old tale lies a secret that we have yet to uncover? What would happen if, through the story of Genesis, we could discover another dimension, another perspective that could completely shake everything we think we know about original sin? Could this secret come from another biblical figure, whose testimony might entirely change our perception of the Garden of Eden? Before answering this question, let me invite you to explore a different angle of this story, through the words of a man rarely mentioned, but whose revelations could challenge long-established beliefs. Enoch, an exceptional man chosen by God, who was blessed with a unique divine vision. His account offers us profound insights into what we believe to be a simple story, but one that may conceal far deeper secrets. Are you ready to discover what Enoch saw? Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss this analysis that could forever change your understanding of the Garden of Eden and the forbidden fruit. Creation, the beginning of man and the vision of God. To understand the mystery of original sin, it is essential to delve into the early chapters of the Bible, especially the book of Genesis. In chapter 1, verses 26 to 31, God makes a fundamental declaration: "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." These words mark the birth of humanity and the beginning of a divine relationship with mankind. The human being in the image of God is entrusted with a responsibility to have dominion over the earth, the creatures of the sea, the birds of the air, and all the animals of the land. He receives God's blessing to grow, multiply, fill the earth, and exercise righteous dominion over nature. Everything is permitted except one thing: the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. This tree symbolizes freedom and choice, but also danger. And this is where the story takes an unexpected turn. The forbidden fruit, the truth behind the apple. If you were asked to describe the forbidden fruit, what would your first instinct be? You would likely picture an apple. But is that really what the Bible says? No, in fact, the Bible never specifies what fruit Adam and Eve consumed. The idea of the apple comes more from cultural traditions and a mistake in early translations. One of the most popular myths surrounding original sin is the association of this fruit with an apple, a misunderstanding stemming from the first translations of the scriptures from Greek to Latin. The Latin word malum, meaning apple, was confused with malus, meaning evil or sin. This confusion of words gave birth to the image of an apple as the fruit of sin. But common fruits in the Mediterranean region at the time included grapes, figs, and pomegranates. Thus, it's entirely possible that the famous forbidden fruit was never an apple, but rather another fruit, symbolizing something much deeper. Sin, disobedience to the divine will. Another question that arises is that of sin. Many people interpret Adam and Eve's sin as a sexual act, but this interpretation is incorrect. In reality, the Bible does not speak of a sexual sin. On the contrary, God blessed Adam and Eve to reproduce and fill the earth. Their sin was not in the sexual act, but in disobeying the divine command. The true sin, as described in Genesis, lies in the fact that God had explicitly forbidden eating the fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. This disobedience marks the breaking point with the divine will. Enoch, a divine vision of the Garden of Eden. So now, where does Enoch fit into this story? Enoch, a man apart who walked with God, was fortunate to receive profound revelations. In the book of Enoch, he describes his heavenly journeys and visits to sacred places, including the Garden of Eden. It is in this garden that Enoch's vision offers a unique perspective. Enoch describes the garden as a place of indescribable beauty, a peaceful place filled with majestic trees with enchanting scents. He makes a key discovery: the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. According to Enoch, this tree is not simply a tree, but a source of infinite wisdom. The fruit of this tree was not just a means to taste knowledge, but it represented a major transition in the history of humanity. The awareness of good and evil, but also the freedom to choose. This fruit, according to Enoch, offered a clear vision of the world. the ability to discern morality, good from evil. Yet this knowledge came with a heavy responsibility. Enoch invites us to reflect. Is knowledge a gift or a curse? The tree of knowledge, a symbol of choice and responsibility. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil thus represents not only original sin, but also human freedom. By eating the fruit, Adam and Eve crossed a crucial threshold in the history of humanity. They chose to know, to understand, and to bear the heavy responsibility that accompanies this knowledge. The act of disobedience opened the door to the human experience as we know it today. The ability to choose between good and evil. Enoch's vision and the lessons to learn. The story of the Garden of Eden, according to Enoch, is therefore not simply one of sin, but one of acquiring consciousness and responsibility. The forbidden fruit is much more than a mere act of rebellion. It embodies the weight of knowledge and moral choice. Enoch reminds us that even in disobedience, there is an important lesson to be learned. The importance of understanding the consequences of our actions, our quest for knowledge, and our freedom to choose. This is the story reinterpreted through the eyes of Enoch. This vision of the Garden of Eden and the forbidden fruit challenges many preconceived ideas. And what do you think? What do you make of this interpretation? Leave your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to discover more fascinating videos on equally deep and revealing topics.